And we should be live. Let me check.
There it is.
Alright. Yep, we are live. Awesome. Alright, hello everyone. Ace here, and I am joined today once again by Doctor Kalkyl.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be having a look at Star Wars The High Republic Adventures issue number 9, which just dropped yesterday. So, hooray. Let's go ahead and get right into it, shall we?
I dread it, but it is inevitable.
Alright, so, the Padawan... Alright, so page 2. The Padawans are off on another mission. This time to Kodana. To assist the... Huh? Takodana?
Takodana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Takodana. To assist the lone Jedi defending the local Jedi temple against the ever-growing threat of the Nihil. But Court has trouble focusing when he comes face-to-face with his own past, amidst new dangers and old allies. Back together and away again, too. Alright. Winter's King says, "Oh, Christ above, have mercy upon us." Yes. We know... Yeah. Already I can see we're getting a returning character from Star Wars Episode 7. So, yeah.
God, that movie. I just couldn't watch that. I watched it and I hated it. I didn't even know why. I just couldn't fucking stand it.
Even when I first saw it at the time in theaters, my thought was, okay, this is just a rehash of Episode 4. Only not as good.
Yeah.
Alright, so, Takodana. I forget who was voicing who in this, but, I think you'll be voicing Farzala, I'll be voicing... I think, also, you'll be also voicing Zine. I'll be voicing Lula, and I guess I'll voice Ram. And, you'll be voicing Court, then?
So I'll be voicing the 2 to the left and the 1 to the right.
Yes.
Alright.
Nathan X says, "And we're back, baby." Oh, yes, we are indeed. Alright.
It's so beautiful. Kind of reminds me of the way Triamant used to look.
That lake! Court, didn't you used to live here? Do you remember anything about it?
Then.
I guess I could voice her. I forget how she's supposed to sound, but I guess I can voice her. Winter's King says, "Donna made tacos." I swear, everybody wants to party. Nobody wants to clean up after themselves. We don't serve bread. Huh? Aren't you lot a little old to be playing practical jokes?
Am I that guy? I guess.
I guess you can voice him. Winter's King says, "Guess you have some vibration voice thing going on." I think he's talking about your audio there.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know I don't know what the fuck what's causing it really.
I know it was working better just when you started talking there for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not touching the touchpad. I think it might have something to do with that for some reason.
Yeah, alright.
Hold on. Good. No, Maz, you don't understand. We're just transporting some cargo, but that thing, it tore us up. It's just a terror. Just do something with it.
What are you even... Oh, shenanigans, I swear. Jacob Kennedy says, how old is this lemon? A very good question. We know this is supposed to take place at least 400 or so years before the Battle of Yavin, so... Yeah.
Wait, well, hold on. What did you say? How much?
This is supposed to take place 400, somewhere between 200 to 400 years before the Battle of Yavin.
Oh, okay. Then she should be alive because I think she's about 1,000 years old at the time of the Force Awakens.
Okay, fair enough.
Something like that.
All right, that's fair then. Winter's King says it was a joke about the planet name. Thanks for reading these, though. Hopefully this story doesn't scar you too badly. Yeah. All right, so it's a baby that they just carried in a box for some reason. Okay.
Box baby.
Wait. Let me check something. Then, okay, so this is how Court was delivered, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, so now.
Should I be that guy?
If you want to.
Is that Court?
Well, bless me backwards. It's been years.
And that's some fucking
Yeah, his...
proto-cyanidic script. Mixed
Yeah.
with Chinese characters. I don't know.
Yeah, basically just do whatever you want without those lines and you should be alright. Alfarius said... Alright. Alfarius says, I made it. Welcome, Alfarius. They're tying the High Republic adventures to the sequel trilogy. Just for those of you who didn't notice yet, but yeah.
Oh yeah, me again.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we saw you, you were knee-high to a flirt. What the fuck? Okay.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure you voice Zine, so... That's the girl on the left.
Yeah. Whoa! What? Wait, what? How am I supposed to... What? What kind of response is... Okay.
I don't know.
Whoa!
Aww.
Wow, I knew he was kinda from here, but I didn't know he still had friends here. That's him too.
Mm-hmm.
Especially not Maz Kanata, the famed pirate queen herself. Wait, what?
Yeah, so did they just actually try to add more character to this bit piece character from The Force Awakens? I think they just did.
I think, but I don't know. I don't know that that's ever been mentioned in anything else before.
I don't think it has. So they are now...
Hold on. Fucking duck, go do the thing.
Let me read some of the comments here. Coolessa says, I don't like this granny people alien race. They look so weird. Alfarius says, oh sweet lord, no. Coolessa says, but I am Alfarius, who is sus. Alfarius says, actually, it can't get any worse. Siege says, hey, huh? Yeah, they just, all of a sudden, this character from The Force Awakens, they've decided to add more plot and backstory to her here, that she's supposed to be a famous pirate queen.
Okay, so it says she is a quote-unquote pirate queen, but she isn't actually really a pirate queen at all because she's never been a pirate. What she's done is simply just help people who do shady business by just, allowing them to be there. So yeah, not really a pirate queen. Nonsense.
Did this comic just add that plot or that plot element, or has it just... Because I don't remember it being from the movie, but I haven't seen the movie in ages because, well, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I looked on Wikipedia, and it said that's what it says. Is basically like, yeah, she just helps criminals hide from the law. She's not actually a criminal herself in any major sense. She just has connections.
Okay. I think I want to be Quart when I grow up. So you want to be, when you grow up, you want to be Quart with who grew up with the Pirate Queen as a kid. So you're saying you want to be as an adult what Quart was as a child. Is that the actual argument that's being made here?
No, I think he's saying, when I grow up, I want to flay his skin and wear it so I can become him.
Honestly,
yes,
that would be
a reasonable choice.
Honestly, that would be probably... Siege says they're surprised Maz has friends. Well, I think it's more they're surprised Quart knew her growing up. Because apparently Quart was raised by her as a baby. Anyways, Master Torben and I are going to do a preliminary scouting run around the nearby forests. Oh, I'll do him too.
Okay.
May the Force be with you. Winter's King says, actually, I think he's saying he wants a hug from the granny alien. Okay.
Okay.
Honestly, that's the least weirdest thing here. Or Socium says, I'm here, and what did I miss? Well, you missed Maz being, well, Quart here, being raised by Maz as an infant, and her apparently being called the Pirate Queen, although all she does is just help people with sketchy criminal records. Siege says, oh, okay, alright. Next page.
Alright. Well, come on in, everyone. Let's get you settled.
Coolessa says, isn't that Orange Granny the one who gave Rey Luke's lightsaber? Yes. Yes, yeah. She is. Nothing will top the Coom spider. I guess I can voice these characters. Or one of them.
Yeah, sure.
Which one do you want to voice?
Oh god, color choice. I'm terrible at making choices. Hold on, I have a way to do it. I guess I'm red.
Alright. Hi, I'm Barine.
And I'm Sabata. Oh, yeah, these are the Krill sisters. They say they defected from the Nihil and just want to help. Up to you whether or not you believe them. I'm a little doubtful myself, but I guess we'll see. Today's just full of surprises, huh?
See, so Tanny says they are still continuing this trash. Yep. Coolessa says to Siege, I did an oopsie. Anyways, so Katani says, where are the sales? No one cares about this anymore, nor does it seem to make a profit at all. I think the only people that are actually buying these proper are libraries and things like that, just to say that they have them for people to rent. Orsosium
No
says,
one's renting them.
huh? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Orsosium says, of course, because pirates are super nice in the Star Wars universe. Well, she's not actually a pirate, though. That's just a title that somebody gave her for helping people with a shady past, so it's weird like that. Siege says, cool, okay, so did they. All right. Then.
Am I the robot?
I guess I can voice the robot, or you can do it. I don't know. Do you want to?
I guess. I'm going to the pantry to get some milk for him. Wait, hold on. Who's saying that?
Oh
no,
my
that-
god,
that's
they
the-
actually did it so badly that, yeah, it's supposed to be her saying it, but we can't really
Yeah.
tell. It almost looks like it's the baby saying it.
Yeah, exactly. You have a point. What the hell?
For a moment there,
Oh,
I thought
God.
Court actually spoke English.
That would be...
I'm going to the pantry to get some milk for him, Hurid. Can you see if you can get the little guy to stop screaming?
I'm trying, Mr. Smaz. Nothing seems to... Oh, my.
Crunch! And he just... Did he just smack the robot with his own hand as a baby?
I guess.
Okay.
He went full fucking Monster Hunter.
Yeah. It's true what Maz said. We're done with all that.
We swear.
All right, look. We don't trust the Nihil. We've been trying to save the galaxy from their destruction for the past year. But we also don't believe in casting people out forever just because they made mistakes. Mistakes like joining a murderous band of space pirates.
Yay.
Oh dear. So if you're really here to help us defeat the Nihil, come on.
But we're keeping an eye on you. Come along, everyone. We have some things to set up.
Do we ever?
Also, hold on. Actually, why can't he just speak normally?
That's a very good question. I don't know.
Because he was raised by people who speak basic. Why shouldn't he be able to speak basic?
Good question. Let me read some of the comments here. Coolessa says, man, I remember how IHE, I Hate Everything, made a video why I love The Force Awakens. It's basically a video where he says that everyone that hate the movie for no reason and he being a contrarian. Okay? Winter's
Cringe.
Yeah, it is cringe. Winter's King says, she basically runs a smuggling port, so honestly, that title is the least offensive thing so far. Fair point. Coolessa says, I remember back then I still had respect for I Hate Everything. I tried Force Awakening. I couldn't finish the movie. I watched it until the half point. Orsosium says, note the speech bubbles differ from robot to alien. The difference, however, is hard to notice. Another failure for these comics. Couldn't they make a cybernetic speech bubble to be square?
Yeah.
Yeah. Winter's King says, lol, baby Hercules. Orsosium says, define mistakes. Good point, yes. Winter's King says, cultist space pirates. And Siege says, oh my. Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways that we could make jokes about the whole mistakes thing as justification of saying, oh, you're all right. Like, Emperor Palpatine made mistakes, guys. But if he said he was fine now, we should be perfectly okay with him.
Oh God!
Just
But also,
imagine.
do the Jedi have any? Do the Jedi have any leg to stand on morally in these series? No.
Yeah, just imagine towards the end of episode 3 when Mace Windu and the other Jedi storm into Palpatine's room. Palpatine just turns around and says, I was a Sith, but that was a mistake, guys. I'm totally fine now. And according to this, the Jedi response would be, perfectly understandable, have a nice day. Coolessa says, no, you don't understand, Ace. If the Jedi do it, it's okay, but anyone do it with a Sith? This reminds me of people who call everyone Nancy. Good point. I mean, Sargon does like to refer to the Jedi as the SJWs of Star Wars, and given the stuff from this comic and the other High Republic comics, I can see why. Ursa Sim says, Emperor Palpatine made mistakes. I see no mistakes when compared to these Jedi. He did fine enough. Emperor Palpatine did nothing wrong. Alright, so, next page.
Yes. Here we go. Haven't had to use any of this stuff since I was a Padawan. I think more than a century ago now.
Ah, yes, back when you went undercover to join my pirate crew during the Battle of Jeddah. So she was actually a pirate.
Hold on. Now I have to go back to the fucking page again. Biography. She's force sensitive. What?
We're learning all kinds of stuff about this character today.
But what if she's force sensitive? Why isn't she a fucking Jedi?
Well, she could have been too old.
Okay, fair enough. A decent argument. But still, that doesn't make much sense considering the odds that she wouldn't be found is not very high. But it's not impossible, but not very high.
I mean, they didn't find Anakin until he was technically too old.
Yeah, but Tatooine is a backwater shithole. It's like...
Yeah, that's true, but he was also the chosen one. As in, supposed to be the most powerful Jedi of all time.
Yeah. Though, here, it says the Takadana is in the mid-rim, which should make it very easy for the Jedi Order to have found her, so yeah.
Fair point.
No reason there for why she wouldn't be found, but okay.
Ace Yoda, age is not a factor. Well, I'm referring to joining the Jedi first on. It is actually a thing where they do expect you to be young to join in the first place. So if she was already an adult when they found her, then they probably wouldn't have trained her. But, anyways. So let me see. Alfari says, the only reason I liked The Force Awakens is because, 1, it was my first Star Wars movie, and 2, I had hope for future movies. Yeah, fair enough. At the time, The Force Awakens wasn't actually seen as that bad because the other 2 movies hadn't come out and completely wrecked the sequel trilogy. But the moment that The Last Jedi came out, that thoroughly tarnished The Force Awakens as well in its own right. Coolessa says Darth Plagueis needed a hug. If you got that hug, you would learn how not to die. The good guys TM. Siege says, I did an oopsie. I'm all better now. I've changed. Senator Saddam Palpatine.
Oh my god. Help.
Winter's King says, lore-wise, certain characters are force sensitive but too weak to be trained as Jedi. Okay, that might also explain it. You guys are in chat, are killing it today with the jokes. Yep. Yes, they are. Yes, everyone is, Cool S's. Alright. Let me get back to this. You two had some adventures, huh?
I still think about my master's face when he found out. And then, oh man, what a time.
Oh, he definitely almost died. A whole bunch, yes.
But all of that's probably nothing compared to the adventures we're about to have. Okay, that's a fucking collection that'd make any American proud.
Yep.
This is not the standard Jedi Temple defense gear.
It's a pirate planet, my dears. Let's say, borrow some equipment just in case things get hairy. Oh, I see what Orzosium said there that was particularly spicy. Oof. Okay, that is actually kind of funny. But yeah, it is out of context.
Wait, hold on, what?
Orzosium says weaponization is allowed in the Jedi Code. Fair enough. Valessa says the first 3 of the Force Awakens the first 3 minutes of the Force Awakens actually give hope that they will expand on Star Wars and not remake the original trilogy. Now in the future we know they fucked things up and copied the original trilogy badly. Nathan X says, "Oh no, the Jedi's weakness, the Second Amendment." Actually, technically, if we're talking about ballistics-based firearms, the shot would basically be superheated and not really deflected by a lightsaber. So instead of it being just a solid lead bullet, it would be a superheated, molten lead bullet flying at you. So,
though slug throwers are not illegal in Star Wars setting. However, there is a weapon that is so illegal that even the Empire didn't allow it to be sold.
And that is?
Disruptor guns.
Ah, yes.
Do you know the Mandalorian? Yeah, he used one of those. Yeah.
Alright.
Secrets.
Winter says, yep, Mando's used slug throwers to kill Jedi. Maz's castle, hyperwave transceiver, Maz library and private museum, Maz's quarters, private casinos, main kitchen. I like how this Jedi temple, or the Maz's castle here, which has a private casino, it does fit with her being a pirate and all that. Jedi temple, communications tower, kitchen and dining area, living quarters, Jedi training area. Okay. Orsosium says, in the future, ironically, old weapons have surprisingly high power. Alright, so, then. Hurid, how'd it go with... Oh.
So not that great, actually.
Where...
Okay, that's still good. I think he headed to the basement.
Stars, what a mess. Little guy, where are you? Aha! He put on the mask. So, we're getting a backstory on how he acquired the mask. And became the Quart we all know.
Theft is the answer, I guess. Okay.
Yep. Clink, beep, blip, blip. Okay. I don't know who's... Oh, that's the old guy. Okay, so that's you.
Okay, Farsala. And Ram, head up to the ramparts with that one. Sure, Court. And Lula, you can come with me. It'll be like old times.
Let's see. Kulesa says, don't forget that there is shotguns in Republic Commando, not real shotguns, but you get my point. You know, that actually brings up another point. If I remember correctly, didn't the rifles and weapons that the clones used technically have some ballistic in them? Like they needed it to get past the thick armor of the droids?
No.
Or am I misremembering that?
No, they had, their weapons were ionically charged to disrupt droid, electronics.
Okay, never mind then.
Which is why they're blue.
Yeah, fine. Fair enough.
However, I think they're, what's it called, the ATTE? The main weapon of that gun used, a physical material projectile.
Okay, that might explain it then. Orososium says, or is he disabled in the right way? You know, okay. Oh, Siege says, okay, does the mask do anything? Orososium says, will we get a backstory on how he managed to never learn to speak basic, or is he disabled in the right way? You know, because we still need a few checkboxes to make this perfect. Oh yes, perfect this most certainly is, ladies and gentlemen. Winter's King says, I assume his alien mouthparts can't form words in basic like the Ithorians. Okay? Alright, so I guess I'll voice the guy on the right here, the blue guy. This better be good, Madub. I've got 100 different things to do to get this place cleaned up after Sav took out the squadron of Nihil.
Just take a look.
What am I looking at? Tell me like I'm just a baby Tordarian that doesn't know his blips from his blops, from his magabahots.
It's, ships, sir.
Well, I can see that. Okay, not a baby. A young, small Tordorian who is just beginning to learn the meanings of things. Why did you call me here?
Well, I guess it's because it looks like we're about to be under attack.
Ugh! So, let me get this straight. He has the means to communicate with this guy, and instead of just saying over the radio, we've got contacts on radar, we're under attack, he says, hey, come up here slowly as possible to have a look at this, and let me explain to you as slowly as possible.
You make a good point. Another thing to ask is, why is the radar like that? Why is the radar radiating out from a point in the middle of gosh damn nowhere? Shouldn't he be coming from, you know, where you are? Or are you not in the, like, large building down there?
Maybe this particular radar piece is set away from the main building. Maybe as part of an early warning system, but still...
That's kind of pointless, though.
Well, it could actually, if the radar has a limited range, it could be used to extend the range slightly if you had an entire array of them. But
something tells me that would not be a problem in Star Wars.
I know, but in theory. Yes. Still, it's just... maybe they did it to detect ships that have some sort of stealth system or something. I don't know. Anyways... Ursosium says, what the fuck? Do neurons stop working in this universe just to make the cringe happen? That is my guess. Siege says, you'd think this would be a more urgent conversation. Exactly. Hey, we're under attack. What do? Let's just let the guy know that he needs to know as slowly as possible by telling him to come up here rather than just saying, hey, we're under attack. Get everyone to the guns and all that. Zim says, why the hell are they using radar? another good question. Because I'm pretty sure that...
So many questions, so few answers.
Alright. Then. And he hasn't destroyed anything since. But he won't take it off. Anyway, since you brought me the skull all those years ago, I thought you might have some idea what this is all about, Farks. Indeed.
One of those fishy fucks.
Alright, so Coolessa says, fun fact, in a removed scene in the Clone Wars, Techno-Union looking guy was using chemical weapons against a planet native. Okay. I'll have to look that up. Something tells me that they cut that because the film would have been not given a PG rating if they let that play, but yeah. Winter's King says, the lack of urgency at all times is really depressing. Yes. It shows you that nobody actually cared when they made this comic. Orososium says, Kalkyl, there are no answers. There is only the comic. At least
ridding myself in honorable harakiri.
Siege says, hey, guess what, dude? You'll never guess. Go on. We're under, wait for it, attack. Nathan X says, they don't need the radar. I'm sure the proton bombs leveling the building will alert them soon enough, seeing how they took all that long to tell everyone there may be an attack. Coolessa says, I am not meaning the Clone War movie, but the show. Oh, okay, fair enough. Alright. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that, but still, that's supposed to be a kid's show. I could see them not having that in for that reason. Winter's King says they had an entire bioweapons arc in the Clone Wars, the show. Okay. Yeah, but did they ever actually get it? Did they ever have it shown on someone that wasn't covered in armor or something? Anyways, Zim says, I'd rather read the manga and comics these days. The days of Dark Horses, Star Wars, Republic, and Legacy comics are gone. Yes, sadly. Alright, so let's go ahead and read this dude here. The skull is from a Vondoon crab, and this little feller is wearing it because he comes from a planet called Zavalox, way at the edge of the galaxy. The Aloxians are both incredibly violent and born with immense physical strength. That's how they survive a planet infested by murderous crabs. They send their children out at the very young age to hunt down one of the Vondoons, an initiation rite. Then that child wears the head of their first kill, unless they're killed by the crab, of course. Aloxians believe the skull fuses with its wearer, conforms to their head. It helps them to balance out their aggressive nature. It's the only reason they're not in a state of constant civil war. Eventually, the skull ceases to grow, and then, usually well into adulthood, the Aloxian's naturally expanding head size shatters it. That means they've fully become themselves. I suspect our young friend was captured by Argoban raiders. Aloxians bring a high price as child soldiers. Unfortunately, they've probably took away his skull helmet to enhance his murderous capacity, and, you can see why he'd be anxious to. Oh my, he is using... Well, that changes things. Let me call Sav. So, they've decided to do this just to have a plot about child soldiers?
Oh god, that sounds great, lovely, fantastic.
They just put this in here for the soul... Did they put this in here to virtue signal about the evils of child soldiers, really? I have to
Maybe.
wonder.
I mean, it's not like a stupid message. Child soldiers are obviously not a good thing to have, but still.
Still, it's a weird one to have in this case, especially if you're talking about a newborn infant. And that is clearly, Court is clearly way younger than the other Aloxians that hunt these things.
Yeah.
So they're saying that he took one on as an even younger infant, then somehow got kidnapped already, then was dropped off here where he put on the mask, on this mask a second time. I'm just trying to work out.
Yeah, did you like put on mask? Sorry, I couldn't.
Yeah, good point. Orososim says, well, those aliens have population control methods, kudos to them. Also, if the population control fails, they have crab for dinner. Winter's King says, that seems like an incredibly unsuitable, unsustainable species model. It sounds like something from Warhammer 40k. Like,
Yes.
this sounds like the sort of thing that the Catachans would be doing. But, anyways.
Speaking of child soldiers, that's pretty much this Space Marine standard routine. We take your children, indoctrinate them into the most horrible ideology possible, that is, genocide, and then we send them out into the universe, killing everything in their path.
Are we talking about Space Marines or High Republic younglings? As they're getting initiated to become Jedi Knights. After they become Padawans.
Yes.
Nathan X says, oh, child soldiers, no wonder he became a good Jedi. I mean, that would explain it. Or Socium says, you know it, brother. Gulessa says, in the Clone Wars, they actually used a scorch gun to almost wipe out a native passive population that basically burns out a large area. I'm pretty sure that is a war crime. Okay. Alright, fair enough.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
War is a mortar. Yes.
Exfoliator.
Yes, I think I know what you're talking about. Because you could actually use those in Battlefront 1. In the original Battlefront 1.
Could you?
I think so. It was supposed to be some sort of grenade launcher radiation dispensing thing. But I think that's what he's talking about. I mean, highly radioactive would leave radiation burns because of the beta particles, so... Yeah. Alright, so, now. Can I ask you a silly question, Master Sav?
Sure, but I can't promise I'll answer.
I was wondering, when we join the Jedi Order, we leave behind all trappings of our families, our lives, our worlds. I was in an orphanage, actually, so I didn't have a family, but...
Oh, you're wondering why I bear this... Kyuso hat, even though I'm a Jedi?
Yes.
Oh, as with most things, there's a story behind that. But the simple answer is, it's mostly for practical reasons. This hat protects me from the harsh Takadana sun. It comes in handy when I need to go downhill fast. It's an excellent plate in a pinch. And most importantly of all, it makes a great weapon. Ah!
Master Sav, why would you...
I told you we were watching you, Sabata Krill. Ow! Don't hurt me, I'm innocent. Innocent as a viper. You've been skulking around the temple since we started. What are you hiding?
Master Sav, we have a problem. Wait, you're just now telling him that you're under attack. Ah! Remember how stupid it was before? So now this dude had to tell the Troidoidian, who now has to slowly as possible tell the Jedi Master that they are in fact under attack. Is there no alarm that they can just, alarm switch, they can just pull to say, hey, we're under attack, you need to get ready?
Yeah, what? That's too advanced for this science fiction setting. Shit.
That is impressively incompetent. Impressively incompetent. Nathan X says, child soldiers in High Republic? Wait, did Star Wars just accidentally become more grimdark than modern 40k? Have you seen how they train their Padawans to become Jedi Knights? I'm pretty sure the Imperium of Man does not put entire planets into danger just to see if the people that they're training to become Space Marines are capable of saving said planet. I mean, sometimes they might be sent into battles and whatnot, but that's not because the Imperium necessarily wanted it to happen the way that the Jedi Council actually does want entire planets thrown into peril just so they can be saved. Also, why the hell am I now having to explain how the High Republic actually manages to be more evil than the Imperium of Man? Oh, God.
Well, if you want a better science fiction story with where the protagonist's hidden base is attacked by an enemy, watch Dune. That's pretty decent.
All right, let me see what some more of the comments here before we get through this pain and suffering here. Kulesa says, what I love about the Clone Wars show, it's, in my opinion, the best way to add things to Star Wars that feel real, part of the universe, unlike this trash comic. Good point. The games are also pretty good about that, or the older games are. Siege says, it's pain. Nathan X, or Kulesa says Nathan X, says, GW, in its way to sue the mouse be like. Good point. Winter's King says, it's like they forgot about the comms. Kulesa says, we all know the bad guys are respectful folks that will wait and not attack you until you know they are coming. Yeah, it's kind of like doing a hacking minigame in BioShock, where you can do the little pump hacking minigame and just all the enemies stand around waiting for you to finish it. Kulesa says, Cheeky Breaky says, how'd the Masters not feel that they were under attack? Yeah, that's another good point. If you're at the point where it takes this long, then the Jedi Master surely could have felt that they were under attack. Siege says, hey, do you guys hear rain or are those gunshots? Or Asocium says to Kules's, is this Toon Logic don't look down and you don't fall kind of stuff? Maybe? Kulesa says to Orsosium, how's this comic going? I am saying 100%. Alright, so you're up.
What is it, Bims?
The Nihil, they're back already. And they're coming at us at full strength.
Perfect timing, Crix. Stop her.
Blip, blip, beep. Okay, how on earth did... Wait! She had the detonator in her hand.
And did you notice she actually had it literally right there.
Yeah, on the ground.
Oh,
no one thought at any point to just yank it away from her using the Force.
Okay.
Kathoom! To be continued. And they all died, hopefully.
That would have been the best. That would have been the
do
happy ending.
do. Yep, that would be the best ending to this. But my God! Honestly, with the way this has been going so far, the triumphant music of the Nihil defeating one of the most dangerous enemies in the entire galaxy, the Jedi Order. The triumphant music would actually be fitting in that at this point. Nathan X says, Jedi, for light and life, only when it's the light up from a muzzle flash taking a life. Swordsman of the South says, I wonder if there will be a huge spider. Remember what we learned from the last Star Wars High Republic Monster at Temple Peak comic about, and I quote, forming a bond with an animal in the Jedi way.
Delicious.
Orsosium says, it's like being a Jedi doesn't amount to anything. Kind of like how being an SJW doesn't amount to anything in life either. Kulesa says, best ending, yes. Winter's King says, let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up and die. Cheeky Breaky says, yes. So how exactly did all these explosives get moved into the temple? You know, that's a good point, but I don't care because I'm too happy seeing the Jedi threat actually get removed to some extent. Nathan is going, no. Orsosium says, kill it with fire, so fitting, so beautiful. So next...
Oh my God.
Next issue...
The ending. It's literally...
And everyone died.
It's like that ending... it's like that game over that the Angry Video Game Nerd made up, where you're dead, your family's dead, your friends are dead, your mom's a whore. What the fuck? You remember that?
No, actually, I think I forgot that.
Okay, so Angry Video Game... I think it was his Friday the 13th review, where he gave it a game over. He changed up the game over for that, and it was actually amusing. Kulesa says, 7 out of 10 comic, no spider, R34. Winter's King says, I'm glad you finally recognize the Jedi are a threat to all life. Yes.
Yes. They shall pay for that with their own lives.
And the next issue, we get to see Court without the mask. Hooray.
Well.
Few alternate covers here, so... Oh, we get a sneak peek of a comic we have already... Nope, it's actually no. They actually teased us, and it's a false tease. So they're just advertising the Monster at Temple Peak here, and Ghost of Vader's Castle for some inexplicable reason here. Okay. Swordsman of the South says 0 out of 10, no cackling, Ace 1918. The cackling will probably be for the next issue of Monster at Temple Peak, if the last one was anything to go on. Kulesa says, keep the mask on, you less ugly, lol. Nathan says, no. Siege says, legend has it. They may or may not be under attack. Or Associum says, considering the quality of the art in these comics, I bet he'll still have an NPC face anyway. Oh, you know he will have an NPC face. So, Brother Kalkyl, thoughts on this particular issue?
It's not as awful as some of the previous older ones, the ones at the beginning, but it's still not good. Still not good. Still not good.
It's crap. I do kind of agree, though. I think I'm just at this point kind of used to the pain and suffering. But that bit about them being under attack and having to go through half the entire comic just to inform the Jedi Master that they are in fact under attack is hilarious. But I will say this. Credit where credit is due. At least the stupidity is for stupidity of characters that we have never really seen or engaged with much before. and not a case of the entire Jedi Order just being absolutely screwed in how it's being depicted. Winter's King says, why do you call him brother? Are you monks, Knights Templar?
Yes. No.
We are the Emperor's avenging angels. Sorry. Anyway, so...
the Emperor.
Cheeky Breaky says, oh, it's an issue, alright, in more ways than one. Yep. Coolessa says, we need to play bingo if you see Coom Spider, if you see NPC face or Pog face, etc. Yep. Nathan says, artist draws aliens and human faces. I sleep. Artist draws aliens, spider, rule 34, real shit. Alright, so yes, I do have to agree, though, ultimately. This isn't the worst of the High Republic Adventures comics I've seen, or issues I've seen, but it is still pretty awful. And I can still not recommend reading this.
Yeah, not seriously read it. You read it ironically, and don't pay for it, though. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, don't give these people your money. They have not earned it. Siege says, yeah, at least there's that. Any particular plot twists or any particular plot elements that you think is going to be introduced in the next issue?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Repeat the question.
Any predictions you want to make for the next issue?
Just having any expectations is just pointless because you know they will fuck it up and just underperform your already low expectations.
That is true. I do have to wonder how many more issues there are left of this comic. If there is just one more issue left, then because this is issue 9, so if there's only going to be 10 issues planned, and then I do think they're going to have a big showdown between Zine and Crix. But let me check to see if they've got any other issues announced. Because if they do, then yeah, that's probably not going to be the case. Let me check real quick. Yes, I want to proceed to the Star Wars fandom. There we go.
Carmageddon in space.
So they do have issues 10 and 11 announced. So there's going to be more. At least 2 more.
Where did the hell do they have... What goddamn moron thinks they should continue with this?
I'll give you a hint. Her name starts with a K and ends with a Lean Kennedy. Orsosium says next issue Carmageddon in space. That would actually be interesting. Coolessa says new plot armor. Where the Force stop explosion. Swordsman says I've been playing Enlisted. It's pretty cool. Okay, interesting. Siege says, oh man, it could go anywhere. Winter's King says, have a good day, chaps. Thanks for the suffering through these so we don't have to, lol. You're welcome. But, yeah. So, I think it's a good time to call it because there's no preview. I think they've noticed that we've been making fun of their previews and sneak peeks, so... Yay.
Or their budget has run so low they don't have the fucking space for pages.
That could be it too. Alright, so yeah. But in any case, this has been... Oh, by the way, Kalkyl, it's been a pleasure, of course, to have you on, of course, yet again.
No problem.
And, of course...
It's always fun to be here.
Alright, good. And, of course, it's also nice to see all the familiar faces in chat once again. But, yes, this has been Ace.
And this has been Kalkyl.
And we both hope to see you again soon. Until then, take care.